Hi, I'm Matt Sosman, a Senior Security Architect at Microsoft, and I want to talk to you about the architecture of Microsoft Defender Advanced Threat Protection. Let's jump into it. Microsoft Defender Advanced Threat Protection offers built-in cloud-powered protection on your endpoints to help you protect, detect, and respond. Everything from threat and vulnerability management to attack surface reduction, next-generation protection, endpoint detection and response, auto investigation remediation, Microsoft threat experts for monitoring, and a centralized administration portal packed full of APIs to our intelligence security graph. When you think about Defender ATP, I really want you to think about this visual, combining capabilities that are in the cloud and then with capabilities that are built into Windows 10 using Windows Defender. It's a lot more than just antivirus. And this calls out some really good, better together stories here, such as being able to do things like detonation-based machine learning up in the cloud where files are sent to the cloud and they're detonated in a sandbox so we can understand what those files are doing so we can block the attack, all the way down to the client where we're doing memory scanning and we're also doing behavioral monitoring as well. I'll have another video out there where we dive into these a little bit further, but let's take a look at the actual architecture itself of Defender ATP. Okay, well, the service architecture is really about how Microsoft Defender ATP integrates with other Microsoft security products. And you can see up here at the top that it's integrated with the Microsoft Security Center at security.microsoft.com, but also Azure ATP, the sensor that sits on a Windows Server Active Directory domain controller for behavioral analysis, Office 365 Threat Intelligence for email, phishing, and spam, and all of those types of signals coming in. Microsoft Information Protection to be able to automatically classify and protect and encrypt files on that endpoint. And then Microsoft Cloud App Security from a CASB perspective for third-party cloud apps and really that flight data recorder in those apps among all the different types of activity that's happening, and even shadow IT. Now, every customer has their own Defender ATP tenant in the cloud, and that's separated from other customers, of course. And all of this is pulling behavioral and security signals from the client. You can see that over on the far left here, those endpoints. So threat and vulnerability sensors, such as what kind of applications are installed on that client, what kind of weaknesses are in those applications, vulnerabilities, what kind of security policies have been enabled, so on and so forth, attack surface reduction rules, things about credential guard and next-gen AV protection and EDR behavioral sensors. It's combining just everything coming from that endpoint to get a holistic view on what's happening there. And you can see here that it's reporting all that data into the Defender Security Center, which is the main pane of glass here for Defender ATP. And so with that management dashboard, that really also allows you to do all of your investigation, but it also allows the system to automatically correlate events and alerts. And if it finds those alerts to be related, it puts it into an automated investigation, which then it starts to go through and perform an automated response, which is pretty awesome. Now, also, what I really like about this is that you can have access to a sandbox environment for deep file analysis. So I can actually submit a potentially malicious file into a sandbox environment up in the cloud to have it automatically detonate and see what that file is doing, what kind of behavior it's exhibiting. Now, what's really awesome here is kind of yellow box on the right side where it says Graph API and then Security Infrastructure right above it. The Graph API allows us to pull data out of Defender ATP and maybe put it into your SIEM or put it into Power BI or maybe some other custom threat intelligence platform that you have or a ticketing system and be able to enrich it even more, which I'm pretty excited about. So overall, this is the architecture of Microsoft Defender Advanced Threat Protection. A lot's happening here. And we're going to have some additional videos where I go a little bit deeper into each one of these components, but I wanted to give you just a high-level overview here of what Defender ATP is all about from an architectural perspective. So feel free to pause the video at this point and take a look at this a little deeper level. All right, folks, well, I hope you enjoyed this. I always love making these videos. If you have any feedback or questions, let me know in the comments down below or hit me up on LinkedIn. And we'll see you in the next video. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe.